Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Lindsay Hubin. I'm the Executive Director of the Henry Plant Museum, and I am thrilled that we have this special presentation. I hope all of you are already over in the museum already, seeing our sneak peek of Captain's Log, Voyages in the Age of Steam. It's a wonderful exhibit. The full show is going to open in September, so I hope you'll come back and see it then. But what we have right now is an incredibly talented group of University of Tampa students who are going to be performing selections from the Olivette, which was an opera that was incredibly popular during the heyday of the Tampa Bay Hotel. So I'd like to thank the University of Tampa Music Department and History Department, Dr. Charles McGraw-Grow and Dr. Rodney Shores, who's going to be performing on the piano today. Again, thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the event.
Welcome. As Lindsay said, today we're going to be presenting a handful of songs from the Olivette, also titled The Marriage of Olivette. As she said, this opera was incredibly popular in the 1880s and 1890s. It was performed on multiple occasions in the Tampa Bay Hotel. The operetta's composer is Edmond Audran, and the English language words to his music were provided by H.B. Farney. Before we actually get started, I'd like to introduce the cast to you. And I will just say that the cast that you're seeing today is also the cast of an upcoming documentary, Gems from Olivette, which is a study of the genre of comic opera through this particular production. So we have Katie Terez, who is playing Olivette. We have, let me go through this in order so I don't get this wrong. We have Ben Sutherland, who is playing Valentine. We have Ava Shore, who is playing the Countess Bathilde. We have Logan Almeida, who is playing the Duc des Yves. And we have Hope Lilikas, who is playing Olivette's maid, Valentin. And on the piano, we have Dr. Rodney Shores. Okay, so let's get started. So our story takes place in the village of Perpignan in France during the reign of Louis XIII. Our heroine, Olivette, has a problem. Her father, the local magistrate, has promised her hand in marriage to Merrimac, an elderly sea captain. Olivette refuses as she's secretly in love with a handsome young soldier, Valentine, who just happens to be the sea captain's nephew. But Merrimac is not willing to take no for an answer. As it happens, the sovereign of the province, Countess Bathilde, owes him a favor. Sometime before our story begins, the captain saved the Countess's chimpanzee from drowning. I'm not making this up. Merrimac writes to Bathilde asking that she order Olivette to accept his proposal. He won't have long to wait. You see, the Countess has actually traveled to the village. She too has fallen in love with the handsome young Valentine. And she has come to let him know. Bathilde is normally a very practical woman, but even she is not immune to the impulsiveness of first love.
Nature
Accompanying the Countess to Perpignan is her cousin, the flamboyant Duc des Ifs. The Duke is a notorious gambler, a philanderer, and an all-around bad boy. He's hatched a plot to force his cousin to marry him to cover his debts. This will actually be his 16th conspiracy. 15 have failed, but he's always known when to get out of the way and let the blame fall on somebody else.
If in a state of exhilaration you come home late and dimly saw two ladies waiting an explanation, your wedded wife and your mother-in-law, that is the time for disappearing. Just take a header, down you go. Then when the sky above is clearing, then when the sky above is clearing, bob up serenely, bob up serenely, bob up serenely from below. So if it be with the politician, when all his measures go awry, and papers blaming his wrong ambition, the voters asking the wherefore and why, that is the time for disappearing. Just take a header, down you go. Then when the sky above is clearing, then when the sky above is clearing, bob up serenely, bob up serenely, bob up serenely from below.
Okay, so Valentine has waited for the magistrate's household to go to sleep so that he can reunite with Olivette. As I mentioned, their romance has been a secret. You see, Olivette has only recently returned from the convent where she received her education under the not-so-watchful eyes of the nuns. Outside of the convent, Valentine had seen Olivette, and he stood in the courtyard and serenaded her until she let him climb through her window. Now, back in the village, under the cover of night outside the magistrate's house, he proceeds to initiate another rendezvous.
In quaint and in mystic word, light and shade on the sword, love are now intertwining. Oh, come and the legend with me by the stars be divining what fate ours may be. Oh, my true love, if thou art sleeping, still love's watch keeping, wait I till morning light. Darling, good night, darling, good night. Oh, surely thou'rt waking yet, for thou wilt not forget 'tis the hour of our meeting. One rapturous moment be mine, heart to heart, the vow beating thine forever thine. But my true love, if thou art sleeping, still love's watch keeping, wait I till morning light. Darling, good night, good night. Darling, good night.
Unfortunately for Valentine, the magistrate had offered the Countess Bathilde his daughter's room during her stay. So Valentine has to make a hasty escape after he surprised the Countess by climbing through Olivette's window. Her guards chase after him. It's here that Olivette concocts a daring plan. She found out that Captain Merrimack had been called back out to sea. She convinces Valentine to disguise himself as his uncle. So he dons a wig, a fake beard, and a captain's uniform, and then he goes to Bathilde and begs for his nephew's forgiveness. Given her feelings for Valentine, the Countess is eager to comply. Now this is where Olivette's plan gets really outrageous. Right? What she decides to do is to marry Valentine while he's disguised as the uncle. So, pretending to be a reluctant bride, Olivette tells her father that she will consent to marry Merrimack.
Oh, my father, my school days I'll regret. Scarce a woman, don't let me marry yet. They taught me at the convent, good folk never wed. And marriage is a dreadful thing, the nuns all said. And certainly nuns ought to know. At least the girls all told me so. Yet I'll not say nay. Yet I'll not say nay. No, I'll obey. Yes, I'll obey. Papa, I will obey. Oh, my father is rather past his prime. Two fathers I don't want at a time. They taught me at the convent men were very wicked things, and that young ladies were but angels without wings. And certainly nuns ought to know. At least the girls all told me so. Yet I'll not say nay. Yet I'll not say nay. No, I'll obey. Yes, I'll obey. Papa, I will obey.
I need a minute. So, the Duke has failed to gain Bathilde's affections. Big shocker there. So he embarks on Plan 17. He will abduct her, imprison her in Spain, which will allow him to inherit her title and her wealth. Meanwhile, Olivette marries Valentine while he's disguised as his uncle. Unfortunately, Captain Merrimack returns from the sea and confronts Valentine at the wedding reception. He tells Valentine that he will claim Olivette as his bride, since they are in fact already married. So our heroine makes another bold move. She implicates Merrimack in the Duke's scheme, and then she warns Bathilde about it. When Valentine and his soldiers arrest the conspirators, it appears that the couple will finally be rid of Merrimack. Unfortunately, Olivette's plan has worked too well. To reward Valentine for saving her, Bathilde announces that she'll marry Valentine. So, out of options, Olivette and Valentine reluctantly aid the Duke's plan to abduct the Countess. Then, along with Olivette's maid, Veloutin, the couple disguise themselves as sailors so they can gain passage on a vessel and escape. Olivette pretends to know a sailor's duties, as well as a host of old sailor songs.
Lived a whale.
Beacon bone and large and tail.
Beacon bone and large and tail.
This whale used unduly to swagger and bully, and all the ladies loved him so.
This whale used unduly to swagger.
Then he lashed out with his tail. This fish being loaded, then and there exploded, and all that whale was seen no more.
This fish being loaded, then and there exploded.
Now, I know this is going to surprise you, but their ruse didn't work. So Valentine is discovered. Fortunately, Olivette manages to free the Countess before the Duke can take her away. So Bathilde forgives Olivette and Valentine, and she consents to their marriage. The Countess also decides she might as well marry the Duke just to keep him out of trouble. And Merrimac is told to go marry the sea. So, as you can see, we've reached the end of this tale, but we're not quite done. Performances in the 1890s regularly included encores and additional songs. So we would actually like to end with a song from the other Audran operetta that was so wildly popular in Tampa and across the United States in this period. It's also the name of one of Henry Plant's steamships, and that's The Mascot. So we have asked Katie, and as some of you know, Katie has been our kind of museum opera company diva these past 2 years. This is going to be her last performance at UT. So we have asked her to perform a very nostalgic number from The Mascot, How of My Village.
How of my village I'm regretful, where I had heaved to thee, O sound, thoughts provoking, they hold my robe. I cannot run. If I'd loosen my collars choking, no, I must strangle to make you fun. From your court of thought I swear it, more content my heart did beat. My coarse robes give back, I'll wear it, with my big shoes on my feet. My coarse robes, let them restore my wooden shoes, give me back once more. When I am hungry, there's more fashion, not that I love best when I eat. While for potatoes I've a passion, they cram me with white chicken meat. Then my doctor preaches subjection, tells me each hour by way of chat, put your tongue out for my inspection. Think you there is much fun to that? From your court of thought I swear it, more content my heart did beat. My coarse robes give back, I'll wear it, with my big shoes on my feet. My coarse robes, let them restore my wooden shoes, give me back once more.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't had an opportunity, please go take a look at the objects on display from the upcoming Captain's Log exhibit. Have a wonderful day.